Hello students, myself Sagar Choksi from LJ Institutes of Engineering and Technology. So in last session we have started a new concept that related to crashworthiness, right? So in today's session we are going to discuss about a new concept that is simple structure method, right? So in today's session we will discuss three different topics. First topic that related to requirement of crashworthiness. Second one that is simple structure surface method, and last one that is body subframe, right? So let's start the lecture number 14 that related to simple structure method. So now first and important one that is requirement of crashworthiness. So now we talk about crashworthiness. What is the main objective of crashworthiness? So if you drive your car and if you are facing some accident, then first and important objective is to prevent the occupant during the crash, right? So this one is the main objective of crashworthiness. So now we can talk about requirement of crashworthiness. What is the goal of crashworthiness, right? So the first and important requirement that is deformable yet stick from structure with crumple zone to absorb the kinematic energy resulting from the front collision, right? If you drive your vehicle and you are facing some accident, right? So the first and important one that is crumple zone. Crumple zone is play a very important role, right? Crumple zone to absorb the kinematic energy during the crash, right? And it ultimately saves the passenger, or you can take occupant. Second one that is deformable rear structure to maintain integrity of the rear passenger compartment and protect the fuel tank, right? So this one is also very important. Deformable rear structure. You cannot only talk about front structure, right? Front passenger seat structure, right? You also talk about the rear structure, right? So deformable rear structure to maintain integrity of the rear passenger compartment, and it also protect the fuel tank. Third one that is properly designed side structure and door to minimize intrusion in side effect and prevent door from opening, right? We can talk about the side one, right? So this is also very important. Fourth one that is strong roof structure for rollover protection, right? If you are facing some accident, then rollover is play a very important role, right? So in this particular case, strong roof structure is play a important role, right? So move forward to fifth one. Accommodate various chassis design for different powertrain location and drive configuration. So these are the five main requirement of crashworthiness. The main objective of crashworthiness is to improve, right? Is to protect our occupant during the crash, right? So move forward to next slide. The second question that is simple structural surface method. It is also known as SSS method, simple structural surface. So now what is simple structural surface, right? So first of all, it's just like a simulation method, right? It's just like a load analysis method, right? So simple structural surface method that related to simulation, that related to load analysis, right? It's just a old method, but right now we are taking in particular software, right? That is ANSYS, right? So the first and important one that is simple structure method is offered as a means of organizing the process for rationalizing the basic vehicle body structure load path, right? As I discussed earlier, it is generally related to load analysis, right? Right now we are working in ANSYS. Second one that is the application of this simplified approach is highly beneficial in the development of modern passenger car structure design. So ultimately, what is our target? Our target is to simulate the load in particular software, or you can take in particular method, simple structure surface method, right? So move forward to next slide. So objectives of SSS method. So the first one that is to introduce the concept of modeling and to show its usefulness, right? Second one that is to understand the definition and limitation of SSS. Illustrate the simple structure surface method on a simplified box or one structure, and last one that is to show example of SSS method representing the vehicle structure. So these are the four main objective of SSS method. Ultimately it related to load analysis, and we are taking software, right? So this is what objective of SSS method. So move forward to next slide. So next one that is represent vehicle structure by SSS method. So it was developed by Pawlowski in 1964. This is very simple method, right? First one that related to 6 surface. Second one that related to 7 surface. So the first analysis that developed in 6 side. Second one analysis that developed in 7 side. And last one analysis that developed in 14 side, right? So this is what it's just like a trial and error method, but it is one kind of old method, right, that was developed by Pawlowski in 1964. Right now we are working in ANSYS software, right? So move forward to next slide. So next one that is integral car body with typical SSS idealization. So here I have attached one image so that you can directly understand integral car body with typical SSS method, right? I have attached one car body structure, right? So now we are talking about different types of spare parts. In this particular image I have attached, there are different assembly. Here I have attached two images. First of all, first image that related to car body, and second image that related to different spare parts of car body, right? So in this particular image you can find out first part that related to front seat cross beam, right? Second that related to central longitudinal tunnel. Third part that related to floor panel, right? So it's just like a different spare parts. Integrating all the spare parts you will get this particular car body design, right? So fourth one that related to rear seat cross beam. Fifth one that is related to luggage compartment floor, and last one up to 16 you can find out backlight frame. So integration of all these parameter, all these spare parts, you will get this particular design, right? In this particular different spare parts you can find out different types of load, right? So this is what integral car body with typical SSS idealization. So move forward to next slide. So in this particular image I have attached different types of load, right? So in SSS 1 to 4 carry seat load, as I have mentioned here. In part number 6 I have attached carry luggage load or rear suspension load. So in 7 as per design you can find out as per spare part number 7 you can find out carry engine transmission load, front suspension load. For 8th part you can find out support SSS 7, and for 9th part you can find out transfer load to SSS 10. 12 to 16, 9, 5, 4 and 11 it is having shear carrying member. So these are the load carrying parameter as I discussed here. So move forward to next slide. As you can see in first image, right, you can find out the one, and in second image you can find out the different spare part to construct that particular one body, right? This particular slide you can find out from first part to 10th part different types of load, different types of load carrying capacity according to passenger requirement, according to different types of luggage compartment. You can find out different types of load, right? So in this you can find out the load carrying capacity, or you can take SSS 1 to 6 having carry bending load, and SSS 5 to 10 you can find out carry torsion load. So move forward to next slide. So here example of SSS method, or you can find out different types of joint, right? In this particular car body or van you can find out different types of joint. So the first joint that is pin jointed frame, second joint that is switch panel, third one that is panel with reinforced hole, and fourth one that is bus side frame, as you can find out in image. So these are the main joints to construct the car body or van body, right? So this is what joints in SSS method, right? So move forward to next slide. Next question that is body subframe. So it is a combination of two words. First word that is body, and second word that is subframe, right? So body, that is the different thing, and what is subframe? Subframe that one kind of supporting element in frame, right? So we all know about frame, but subframe it's just like a supporting element. So here I have attached one image of subframe so that you can directly understand the concept. Right, it's just like a road, as you can see in image, it's just like a road. Right, so now we can talk about the definition. So what is subframe? Right, you can find out at the front side or rear side. Front or rear subframe may be provided to brace the longitudinal side member so that independent suspension on each side of the car receives the adequate support for the lower transverse swing arms. So it is used to make top side of subframe the cradle for engine or engine and transmission mounting point, so that the main body structure itself doesn't have to be reinforced. Right, so body subframe is just like a supporting element and it's attached front end or rear end according to the requirement. So this is what a body subframe. Thank you so much. In this particular session, we have completed SSS method, right? So in next session, we will discuss about a new concept, that is car platform, right? So thank you so much.